What's up, guys and gals? This is RmZD, and I'm coming to you, my people, with yet another cast brought to us by the Dota 2, the Reddit subreddit. There we go, the Dota 2 subreddit. That actually does work still. Dota 2 casted. Either way, this is going to be Solstice Gaming against Livid Dota? Livid Gaming? Livid Dota Gaming? Gaming Dota Livid? Either way, Solstice versus Livid. And of course, luckily for us, it's going to be a Captain's Mode game, so thank God I actually played some Captain's Mode. Drafting. So either way, we have first ban by Solstice Gaming. They're going to ban out the Crystal Maiden. Followed by a bunch of offlaners.
Radiant team pick.
Darkseer and the Furin and Nake's being banned out by Solstice Gaming. For anyone who doesn't know, Crystal Maiden, super fucking good right now in 6.79. Since dual lanes is so prevalent, she is incredibly dominant. She's good because she can jungle very quickly, and since Crystal Maiden is terrifying early game, her being off the map is certainly a good thing, but only if you're also pressuring lanes. Like, at least lending the idea to the enemy that you are, like, almost about to gank. I had a game with Crystal Maiden who straight up AFK jungled with an Enchantress for 6 minutes straight and never showed themselves in lane, which didn't pay off. Because two of our solo lanes lost. And she just didn't have any reaction to that fact. But either way, I'm going to have a Visage first pick. Picking up the Dirt Bird himself. Nothing too interesting, honestly, in that pickup. Remaining. Pretty powerful. I think maybe Clockwork first pick would be a little bit more viable. We're going to have a Disruptor and an Enigma picked up.
Radiant team pick.
And a Crobulus. Alright.
Radiant team ban.
I mean, I guess that's fine, because you have two bans to ban out strong mids or wherever the hell you feel like landing Death Prophet, but... And you already banned out the Crystal Maiden, so I guess it's not terrible, but Kroby's really gankable.
10 seconds
and if she doesn't have like, a spectacular start, she's actually pretty easy to shut down. She has to do some
5 seconds.
It's like, let's see what happens. You walk into a team fight, Kroby goes, "Ah, come my pretties!" And then she gets blown up. Not very good hero. Luckily, though, Visage was picked up by Solstice Gaming.
Dire team ban.
Livid went with the Disruptor and the Enigma, both of which don't really have a substantial amount of burst damage. Disruptor is okay. Thunderstrike actually does a lot of damage, but you generally don't skill that up. And Enigma, Black Hole's good setup.
10 seconds remaining.
Okay, her ult's still
5 seconds.
And either way, that means that Enigma generally will stay in the jungle for a while. He can play aggressively, but that's not really why you play
reserve time.
Aggressive jungler. You pick a Chen or an Enchantress. So we're gonna have a Pudge band out. That's silly. So neither of these supports really do anything early game. So the Crobulus pick actually makes a lot of sense coming out from Solstice Gaming. They will get away with that greedy pick coming out from Crobulus already. But I still don't think you needed to pick that up now. I would have picked up a Clockwork hands down without question immediately the moment that Disruptor and Enigma.
Radiant team
Clockwork just
ban.
shits on Disruptor.
Dire team ban.
But still, without Glimpse, then you just go back and kill him again. He's okay at zoning out Clockwork, but again, Clockwork is just so incredibly good, just not even out of the laning phase, just out of just being against Disruptor.
Dire team
1-on-2.
pick.
Enigma is jungling, but again, not that big of an issue. He can go screw with the Enigma if he wants to. And depending on what carry he's against, honestly, they can't really zone out the Clockwork. I mean, they can glimpse him back in, I guess, which is kind of cute. So if you pick up like a Gyrocopter, they can maybe kill him, but still, I don't know. And Clockwork is just so incredibly good in 6.79 since mid-game generally determines
10
the rest of the
seconds
game.
remaining.
Like early mid-game, and Clockwork just incredibly dominates
5 seconds remaining.
And the mid-game. Great setup, great teamfight controller. So yeah, we have a bunch of bans, a bunch of AoE shit being banned out by Livid Gaming. I don't really know why. They're not going to pick a Tidehunter. Maybe a Lich, maybe. But I don't know why Tidehunter is being banned. He's not really that good right now in the current metagame. And you have a Disruptor on your team anyway, so you just drop the ulti on him and ignore him for the team fight. What's the issue? And since Tidehunter is a big melee hero, he's not very good in lane, so really all he is a Ravage. So if you just remove that from a team fight,
10 seconds
with having a Disruptor
remaining.
already, GG. Also, Timbersaw can zone him out solo
5
fight and make him
seconds
pop a Ravage.
remaining.
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense with
Reserve
and
time.
I don't Visage plus...
Silencer.
I don't think you pick...
Dire team pick.
Really. I mean, I guess he's okay with Kroby because you pop your ult, walk at a tower, and if they try to engage, they have to engage into the Krobulus, you know? That's the point of Krobulus, is you kill towers. And if the enemy doesn't stop you, like, you try to kill towers. And if the enemy doesn't actively run into you to kill the Krobulus, you get the tower kill for free. So if you have a Tidehunter standing next to the Krobulus, like, what's up? Then you can't really run into it. So I guess it does make sense in that aspect, but I don't know. The landing phase would be so weak coming out for Solstice Gaming if they pick
5
it would actually be a
seconds
good thing.
remaining.
But Livid already picked two not really substantial early game heroes already.
Reserve
So
time.
I'm just going to say bad draft coming out from Livid already. They're really showing their hand with these two support pickups already, and it just like opens the door for Solstice to go things like a Silencer, like a Krobulus. These heroes are decent, but really bad early game. Silencer does not lend things to lanes. Like, he has a nuke that's annoying, but if he gets caught out, he just dies. And if he gets under level, he just continues to die. He's not like a Crystal Maiden or a Venomancer or a Vengeful Spirit or a Visage. Visage scales better with items, honestly. Silencer has right-click capacity. Haha, triple birds? Come on. Mirana being finally picked up. Thank God. Mirana's so good. I'm just not even going to say anything about her. She's just broken right now. She's my favorite hero in Dota, so I'm really excited about 6.79 because she's in like every other game. But yeah, going back to the bans coming out from Solstice Gaming, they're banning out a Pudge, which on paper seems kind of stupid.
10 seconds remaining.
But like we discussed before, Krobulus likes to walk into a tower with
5 seconds
and go, come in, piggies! They go, rah! And then they kill your tower, you know? And it forces the enemy to engage
Reserve time.
But if you have a Pudge, he can be like, shit, what do? We can't engage into their death ball. Why don't I just put the Krobulus into us? And finally, Clockwork is picked up.
Dire
Jesus
team
Christ. 8th pick, Clockwork? Ugh, what is this? I mean, I know that the person who sent this in said that these two teams are rivals. They must play against each other a lot. So maybe
10
there's some
seconds
next
remaining.
level understanding of what each team wants to do, and Clockwork maybe doesn't fit
5
into that. But I'm
seconds
sorry, Clockwork fits into
remaining.
everything right now. Clockwork is so goddamn good. Run him mid. You can run him in a solo lane. He probably wins it. You can run him against tri lanes. He generally does okay. He'll get experience. Like, the hero is so good. And no bounty hunter either. Like, what the fuck is this game? Oh, I need some water. I'm gonna go get that actually right now. So continuing on this, with Mirana picked up with Enigma, that allows a Moonlight Shadow initiation. And my kitchen's 2 feet away from my computer. With a Black Hole, which could actually be interesting. That could be how they choose to engage into the Krobulus, at least lock her down so they can burst her down.
10 seconds remaining.
In the mid game. Or set up a disruptor big
5 seconds
and engage
remaining.
before she gets to the tower and pops her ulti. So it's a thing.
Radiant team ban.
But and again, it works kind of like a Pudge, where if you hit a yellow arrow, you can engage off of it, but not the same
Dire
way.
team pick.
Not at all in the same way, since Pudge pulls people to you, you know. So it's a little better against a Krobulus because it isolates her. But either way, if Solstice Gaming is prepared for a Sven,
Radiant team pick.
why would you pick up a Sven? Okay, friends, let's talk about this. Can I pause? No, I'm going to wait for the last pick. I'm not going to wait for the last pick. We're going to talk about this. Pause. What counter push does the Dire team have right now? Timbersaw at 6. That is literally all of their counter push. They can use Enigma Eidolons to pull like the creeps off the tower, which is decent. But Visage is naturally very tanky. Krobulus builds tanky. Clockwork is naturally tanky. Silencer dies, but he's going to stand in the back and just hit R. That's his whole point, which is good against a Krobulus. With a Krobulus, like that's actually a really smart draft. If Krobulus gets initiated on, you just hit R. And since all of these heroes on the Dire team 100% rely on their abilities, besides Sven, if he can get his ult off first to do damage. All these heroes require their abilities to do damage, except for Sven, if he can get his ult off. Let me phrase that in an intelligent way. That, Krobulus got caught out by nothing that catches anyone out. None of these heroes have, like, repositioning abilities or, like, mass AoE disables that work well with a Blink Dagger, except for Enigma, clearly. But if Enigma rushes a Blink Dagger, Silencer still just hits R. And you have birds to cancel it. Do birds get caught in Black Hole now? I haven't kept up with how familiars are changed. If they don't, why the fuck would you pick an Enigma into a Visage? But either way, a million things. All these heroes can cancel Enigma Black Hole, every single one. So that's their only real initiation, I guess, or if you glimpse one back. But again, the Radiant team's going to be stronger in the mid-game anyways, because the Dire team has such weak laning heroes. Sven, shitty in lane. Sven is shit in lane. Especially with Stormbolt being, not being guaranteed. I mean, it doesn't really matter in this lineup, because someone here is going to go Blink Dagger, but, like, maybe Clockwork, actually. But Sven is a stun, and then he's out. Clockwork will just be like, great, I'm going to walk up to you and hit cogs, and you have no abilities, and you can't farm, and I can solo kill you. Mirana, awesome. Awesome in dual lanes. But she's going to be solo. Disruptor has to be with Sven, or he just gets destroyed. Mirana's going to be mid, maybe? Maybe off lane, and Timbersaw's mid? It depends what they want to do and who they want to get more guaranteed levels on. Honestly, I would say the Timbersaw. You need Timbersaw to get 6, but again, off lane, you get 6 guaranteed. I guess they want... I don't know. Depends. So Visage will just destroy all of these heroes early game, because, like, Disruptor against Visage. Disruptor takes any of his abilities at 1. Visage walks up in Grave Chill. Disruptor has to spam that ability, and it pretty much has to be Glimpse or Kinetic Field, and Visage still gets off a bunch of fucking damage. And Grave Chill costs nothing, whereas these abilities generally cost a lot more, except for Kinetic Field. Crobulus against any of these solo laners. Mirana should do pretty well against Crobulus, I guess, if she Bottle Crows. But can't, I mean, unless Crobulus fucks up, you can't really kill her. Who do you rotate? You rotate in the Enigma Smoke to try to kill the Death Prophet? Sure, that actually does work. That's the only way Crobulus can die, if she's mid. So, that means Solstice Gaming can just very obviously place a ward to watch Enigma coming in, and even if they're afraid of a smoke gank, place a Sentry ward. Or just aggro try and pressure the shit out of the Enigma, which is 100% what I would do. Silencer is not very good in an aggro try, because he kind of needs levels, but it's going to be against a dual lane that's shitty anyways, so, and you're on a Radiant team, so you can pull the hard camp. So either way, I'm going to hit play again. The point of what I'm saying is the Dire team just drafted themselves a terrible mid-game or early-game lineup that relies entirely on mid-game domination. Sven is okay, but will be so kited mid and late game. There's a Clockwork against you. Why would you pick Sven into a Clockwork ever? They have to have a good mid-game, but their early game is going to be so shit on all of their heroes except for maybe Timbersaw that okay. Like, Solstice can just pick super greedy heroes like Crobulus, and Crobulus will get a bunch of HP and just walk at your towers, and you have no counter push besides Timbersaw. So if they shut down Timbersaw, game is over. Either way. Let's see what the last pick coming out from Solstice Gaming is. Need either mid or
10
safe lane.
seconds remaining.
Chicka. What?
5 seconds
Just pick like a fucking
remaining.
Juggernaut. Go kill everybody. Like, whatever. Seriously, I would just pick a
Reserve
Juggernaut and just
time.
YOLO push and tri-lane against an aggro tri-lane and just destroy everybody. Visage, Juggernaut, Silencer doesn't have the greatest synergy, but it fucker synergy when you just win the lane. Like, who cares? And then Healing Ward plus Crobulus. Again, there's not that much burst damage coming out from the Dire team anyways. Like, well, there's a Timbersaw, but still, like, Timbersaw goes in and Silencer hits R. I know Silencer's going to be in a tri-lane, but still... You should dominate that lane so fucking hard that it doesn't matter. Or just run 2-1-2s and still dominate every lane. Visage plus Gyrocopter? You can pick a Gyro's Bandit. That's what Anti-Mage's Bandit as well. Sven, what a shitty pick. Lifesteal's Bandit. I still think Juggernaut. Sure, whatever. Just counter the mid game with your own mid game. That's honestly better.
10 seconds remaining.
Kind of Timbersaw. Viper. Viper. Oh shit. So they're gonna defensively try lane? Or are they gonna try lane with the Viper? That'd be fucking legit. Yeah, Viper just completely just removed this Sven for the entire game. Sven will literally do nothing this entire game. What does Sven have? If there can be a nice black hole or a nice disruptor ult, And for some reason, no one on social scamming gets BKBs, even though you should really be getting that on Crobilus in this game.
Prepare for battle.
Then Sven will kill everyone, but all SG Gaming has to do is position decently, and they'll just destroy everybody. Really, Viper? Good luck, have fun. Best of 3, by the way. Oh, shit, it's a best of 3. I need to watch more games of this then. Yeah, it is. Awesome. So, either way, I'm gonna hope for the best for Lucid Gaming, or what are they called? Livid Gaming? My bad, Lucid Gaming. Livid Gaming. That's what happens when you don't actually have your team name up. I don't know what you're called. But I just don't think their lineup is good in any way. It's cute. It's a lot of AoE. It's a lot of AoE, but it just loses the landing phase. Either way, like I said before, I'm going to introduce the teams now. I actually have them muted. Makes me laugh when I have people muted. Seconds, hashtag reload can be playing that Crobilus going somewhere. Atlas with some numbers.
30 seconds to battle.
Atlas can be playing our Wisdom at 1. Support Souncer, cool. SG Looney gonna be playing that Viper, and SG A Link to the Past, going to the hard lane with our Clockwork. Meanwhile, on the dire team, we're gonna have Flashpoint picking up the Disruptor Ravi on the Enigma, Masturbator, sick, on our Sven, Lucid,
Missing bottom,
and DFTBA 17.
The battle begins.
Daft
they'll never see this
Bob
coming.
171. Your name's Daft. I'm calling you Daft. Picks up the reactive armor, expecting to be against Trilane, and he actually is going to be against Trilane. They're actually admitting the Death Prophet. Huh. I don't know about that. I disagree with that actually pretty harshly. I also disagree with you running a Trilane. I mean, you are on the raiding team, so it's okay, but just run a 2-on-2 and win both lanes. Huh. Like, what advantage do you gain from this?
No.
Let's say you put Silencer top. You have a Silencer and Clockwork top. Clockwork takes Cogs at 1. Why would you ever take Rocket Flare at 1? I guess he wants to get lasted. So then he can take Cogs at 1 and actually have an aggressive ability and zone up this Disruptor really, really, really hard with his Silencer, since Disruptor has the shittiest one armor. I mean, Silencer has 1 armor as well, but he has Clips of Wisdom at 1, so it's a thing. And Sven has a stun, and if Clockwork has Cogs, the stun does nothing. Disruptor, if he gets cut on the Cogs, just dies. So that lane can be won very easily, and you guarantee him a lot more farm on your Clockwork. Instead, though, they're just tri-laning bot against a Timbersaw that since he took Glaives of Wisdom at 1, they can't actually kill. Which again, why would you take Glaives of Wisdom at 1 when you're tri-laning? It makes so little sense. And either way, Viper can do fine against Timbersaw. Yeah, Timbersaw has reactive armor, but when paired up with also a Visage, once he gets his nuke, it's kind of decent. Maybe you put the Visage top, actually. I think you put the Visage top and you keep the Silencer bot, so the Silencer can Glaives of Wisdom work through the bonus armor. Either way, we're on a 2-1-2. There is no reason to do this. They're not going to put any pressure on this Enigma now. So he's just going to AFK farm. And I still think you put the Crobilus bot, and you put the Viper mid.
Oh no.
So if you look at the last hits, Ron actually only has 2 with, yeah, Crobilus is a million, because Cat Lady hits for kittens, 50 damage versus 65.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
So it's actually
attack.
fine. The only issue, though, is like I said before, the Crobilus can die really easily to a smoke gang coming in from our Enigma, but our Enigma went a Ring of Basilius and isn't even pushing. And leveled up Malefice, so he's gonna look to get aggressive in the lanes, but he has no. Why would you not buy a stroke? Jabberwocky sounds like Lucid. It's like, oh, this is the terrible idea. He's actually gonna blink away. Jabberwocky not yet level 2. Oh, if only it was a dual lane, he level 2. But either way, good harass coming out, forces the Mirana out of lane, forces her off the south. But now, if you look at bot,
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
So why have a trial? You're not pulling, which makes so little sense. The whole point of the Radiant side jungle is so that you can pull. Like, the whole advantage of Radiant side is these 3 camps right here. That is the entire advantage. So if you're going to tri-lane defensively, hope to God, first off, you're on the Radiant team, so it makes sense. And second, do triple pulls. Don't just stand in lane doing nothing. This guy, you know he went reactive armor at 1. He's gonna get experience anyways, because now you have your silence. But again, I don't know if you have the damage to kill him since you're so right click based with a Viper in lane. He was actually leveling a poison attack. That doesn't make much sense. I guess that just take Corrosive Skin. It's so good. Or Nether Toxin, so you actually can hurt him. I guess Nether Toxin is physical, so it's not the greatest thing against a Timbersaw. But either way, your Viper somehow doesn't have very good farm. But your Viper should be free farming. Your Silencer or your Visage can zone out the Timbersaw as well as a Tri-Lane can. Like, adding +1, Timbersaw's still like, whoa, shit, there's a lot of right-click damage. I'm just going to put another point into my armor. And if you look top lane, your Clockwork has 2 last hits and hasn't even leveled up power cogs. Oh, God. He went this ultra defensive build. What's the point of putting 2 into battery assault if you don't have cogs against a Sven? And why would you not take cogs against a Sven? Oh man, if he had cogs right now, he can just turn around and run at this guy, and just kill him. I don't know. This is such weak laning coming out from both teams. The Dire's draft was just bad for the laning phase, and the Radiant team, SG Gaming, did not do anything to take advantage of the bad draft. Either way, can I speed this up? Do my hotkeys work now? Yeah, they work now, finally. 2-minute pause. Okay, so sounds good. Going out. Pressing on to our Timbersaw. Timbersaw still has 8 tangos and a salve. Your Tri-Lane didn't do anything if the Timbersaw had literally used 0 regen. He might have been cooled something, but like, he doesn't care. He's still level 4. He's getting decent full pocket. He's getting killed.
First blood.
Which really just because actually he has a skill. What?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
What? I had to actually kill the Sven. That's okay. I shouldn't be dying in the first place. We learned that lane really hard. Sven sitting at 13 masses shouldn't have.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Either way, this is how they chose to lane it. Sure. Enigma, with his Ring of Basilius, not going to pick up Boots of Speed and a Clarity. If you notice, because he didn't go Soul Ring, he doesn't do anything. His farm is really shitty for an Enigma. He's only level 4 at 4 minutes, which is good. You think, level 4 at 4 minutes is awesome. Just get a Soul Ring, man. Like, just get a Soul Ring. Why would you get a Ring of Basilius if you're not pushing? I mean, it makes your creeps kind of tanky, but who cares? Get a Soul Ring and have a never-ending army and learn to micro. Weird. He hasn't stacked anything either, which is weird. Yeah, you can like farm this if you micro well in this, and then stack this like once or twice. And once you're level 5 or even 4, you can kill it. Sounds coming out of the side again, picking his full bottle, so now he is not ever gonna die. Meanwhile, top lane, Boots finally up on our Clockwork level 5. Yep, I like this build. This build makes sense, but you should have had cogs earlier and been using it to harass Sven. But you did. Invu's room picked up. Invu's room picked up by our death problem. Hanging out there for 5 minutes, not doing bad. Our Cat Lady at an abysmal 7 last hits, 27 up. Crobulus doing pretty good there. What's up? Yeah, oh, he missed it. He did. He's skilled up for level 2.
So clear to me now.
I think you put more points in your active armor against this Tri-Lane and be unkillable. But 2 kills picked up now in the game for SG Gaming.
Thanks.
1 first blood being picked up though by Livid Gaming. So Sven's still free farming, Enigma free farming, Rana doing very, very poorly, and Timbersaw having very little farm.
Dire's middle tower
Our
is under
Visage is level
attack.
2 at 5 minutes. It's not really what you want. Like, just, I don't know. I don't know why you don't just sit him
Missing top.
If you get more levels up on your Silencer, he can have higher level up in Last Word and silence the Timbersaw more actively. Wouldn't that be better than having 3 heroes in the lane, none of them having any experience? Level 5 already up on our Destructor. Level 6. Suddenly the game gets a lot easier for the Stagger team. The Rain team should be exploiting their very, very bad lanes, and they're not. Crobulus now level 6. Crobulus
Dire's
is only a
middle
level
tower
above.
is under attack.
Hold up, sorry. Casting 1 sec, Holmes. Either way, Turbulus is level 7, but that's only 1.5 levels behind the safe lane, low lane disruptor.
Invisibility.
I don't know. You gotta identify the weaknesses of heroes. Disruptor is really shitty early on. Really shitty in a dual lane. He gets levels, but he doesn't do anything, especially with the Sven, and you had a Clockwork. Clockwork neutralizes a Sven completely. You just take cogs out 1 and win the lane. Because you burn his mana. And then he's a range creep. Death Prophet chasing down Enigma. Has a Malefice, but just isn't going to use it. He's going to walk away though, he's fine. Here comes Cat Lady. Cat Lady's going to throw out an arrow, but TP out by our going for phase boots. Okay. I never really liked phase boots on Gropius. You just kind of want her to never die. I think it's more efficient to rush something else. There we go, counting hooks. Sven in the process though, because again, Clockwork is really, really good against Sven. And he could have been doing this all game. The entire game. All game. And just chose not to. What the fuck? Oh, okay. So Atlas sitting at level 5 is kind of hanging out with the Viper. Viper maxing out poison attack. Not really a thing that makes any sense anymore. Like, the damage is okay. It increases it by 12. But that's it. And movement speed and attack slow, or movement slow and attack slow against the Timbersaw are irrelevant.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So why would you waste 2 skill points to gain 12 damage over time? It's 24 damage. It's cool.
Dyer's
Level up
middle
Ferocious
tower
Skin,
is under
you take,
attack.
like, no damage from
Radiant's top tower is
and
under
pure
attack.
damage nukes, which I know you're against a Timbersaw, so if he positions well, he's doing pure damage to you, or you position well and make the Whirling Death not pure damage. Or level up Nether Toxin and just lasted all of the creeps ever.
Dyer's middle
lasted,
tower
so,
is
like,
under
I don't
attack.
know what the point of leveling up Poison Attack is ever against a Timbersaw.
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
Your second cooldown level 1, bro. And you tri-lane. Like, all this makes no sense. You tri-lane with another slow.
Dyer's
and
structures are
Assassins of Silence.
fortified.
You don't need to stack slows that much. Whatever. Whatever. Makes no sense. Dark, you can have a dive. Nope. Both gonna land, but Hazard. Yeah, he did. Also, I was gonna walk right in. Just pull back the shock. Up 1 kill on our Clockwork. Getting too aggressive mid lane. A length to the pass, bro. You need to play more Clockwork, homie. I need to play more Clockwork. That's what I want to go do right now. I don't know, I'm casting this. I could be playing Clockwork and owning right now. That hero is so goddamn good. Sven hanging out top lane has the spreads. Went for an urn? Wow!
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Okay. Okay. It's like both teams just made this agreement with each other, like, let's build skill really strangely and then build items that don't let us do anything for the first 15 minutes. He didn't level up Glimpse, did he? No, he didn't. He leveled up Kinetic Field over his best ability. Like, this Disruptor player doesn't know how to play Disruptor at all. And doesn't understand how powerful Glimpse is. At least put 2 points into it. Mirana, I don't know why you put Mirana mid. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but she's kind of better in 2-1-2s. She's fine mid, but he got just, like, totally outplayed by this Crobulus. He only is at 14 last hits with his nuke. Like, you gotta just Starstorm for last hits and Bottle Crow, but he didn't even get a bottle, which is really bad. Because, again, that's the way you get farm as a Mirana when you're against a player who does way more damage than you. Just last hit with your spells and push out the wave and get runes. Yay! How mids are supposed to play mid. Sven shouldn't have gotten any farm because he was against the Clockwork. But then the Clockwork did not play the lane well. And I don't, again, like I said about 50 times, I think SG Gaming lane poorly. But then he took all that free farm to buy an urn to continue to AFK farm. Urn is an item for people fighting. This Sven needs so much gear to be relevant. Oh, he's gonna land on the Master right now. Taking about $1 billion damage from ulti. Grave shield. Holy shit, what the fuck?
Invisibility.
Or you just don't do the attack speed drain and let your clock go. What? Like, that makes no sense either. Just didn't grave show. The Sven has very, very bad items. And again, Clockwork hasn't actually been using power cogs to drain the mana of the Sven. Clockwork versus Sven, Clockwork wins. 100 times out of 100. That was just gonna drop a bunch of nukes. Oh, something's gonna blown up. But Silencer dies before to the Mirana, so no experience goes to the Silencer, which is a pretty big loss. Trading a support to a support is fine if you get the kill first.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And yeah, Timbersaw doesn't put 2 points in your active armor, which is already...
Radiant's top tower is under
I don't know if
attack.
he didn't miss that chain, but he missed the chain, which is funny.
Incoming!
Yeah, Clockwork is at 2 and 4 in a game that he should be ridiculously dominating, like insanely, and they have never pressured
Dire's
this thing.
middle tower is under
Also
attack.
went Ring of Basilius to never push. Makes no fucking sense.
Dire's middle tower
Finally,
has
Crobulus
fallen.
does something in this game and takes a tower, sitting at 1 million last hits, but they finally take a tower. You want to get Crobulus to about level 11, probably, before... Well, actually, right now you can get 12. She has 2 points up in Witchcraft. Her spirits are pretty... Or her ultimate's decent. But she's building a Yules. Oh, God. Sumter, in the meanwhile, gets a kill on the
Did I interrupt?
all of the fucking spells. Black Hole is using that's a really big set. All the spells. Oh yeah, it wasn't showing up. He's gonna try to slink away. Had Global Silence and just didn't use it when his sniper was dying. I don't know if Sniper was there anymore. It's kind of out of position. Should have seen this Mirana ult coming. Visage getting full power treads instead of rushing anything useful, like get a Medallion of Courage and do a lot of damage.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Rush a straight Ag Scepter and be insane. Get a mech and help your team, but he picks up power treads, which makes him tankier, but again,
Dire's
you're of
top tower is under attack.
You're already incredibly tanky if you just laned this well and got levels or jungled. Like, 0 pulls happen in this game, which is remarkable. Like, that's just astonishing. This is supposedly a team game that no one pulled. Clockwork went phase boots. Now,
Killing spree!
Radiant's middle tower
like, I
is
just
under
like,
attack.
this early game is being played so poorly that I don't know if it matters anymore. But either way, phase boots on Clockwork are cool, lets you catch up to people, but generally you want to do that to get them quickly, and then use them to dominate your lane, but he's already lost his lane so hard. He can still dominate the Sven, since Sven built really poorly, but he's not. Look at how he's playing this. He built phase boots to then not pressure Sven. So what's the point of the phase boots? Just like rush any other item. Rush a blade mail so that the Sven, if you cog him in, can't do anything, which I would think is a mistake. Rush a 4-staff so you can cog the Sven and force yourself out. He's going to get Viper Strike up and then ultimate Still no level 6 on your Visage, 14 minutes in the game. You have some of the better heroes in this patch on your team, and somehow are losing early game to really, really weak heroes. I don't know, man. This is 6.79. This isn't 6.78. You don't defensively tri-lane every game. And if you do, pull the living fuck out of the jungle. Thumbs up. Yeah, I don't know.
Bottom tower
I
is
don't know.
under attack.
Finally, they're pushing out
Dire's
the
structures are fortified.
already used his, but they're going to muscle down this tower. They should be able to take it. The Dire team is very slow in responding.
Dire's bottom tower has
Rushing
fallen.
straight crits.
Radiant structures are
So
fortified.
bad. Timbersaw is going to click the shit out of some unmicro delusions. Our Sven now going back for drums after... What the fuck is going on?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Allies disappear.
I have a Moonlight Shadows being popped by the Dire team. They're going to have to get aggressive. This should be a very, very, very sad dead Silencer. Level 7, doing okay for himself. Yeah, doing kind of poorly. The big dab, though. 4 heroes converging. All 5 heroes actually converging around. Radiant team seems to be none the wiser, even though this is kind of not really super obvious. They should be playing really defensively. His bird should be actually scouting out, but he's not microing them at all. Alice gets caught up and is the deadest. But again, the Dire team has submitted 5 heroes to get that kill, and I don't even know if they're going to kill the tower. And if they do, here comes in Arcobilus, a good TP by him. I'm just saying
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Hey, we should.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
For some reason, our Viper's rotating in. I guess to try to defend the tier 2, you should be farming the jungle because you're not going to defend this. They're not farming. So if you farm and you're trading towers, your team's the advantage.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Why are you standing here doing that?
Dire's
He has a
top
yacht.
tower
I
has
don't
fallen.
get it back. Like, why are you building? Why is your two farmers that should be buying the Viper and the Crobilus, both of them buying random move speed items when you're against a death ball? Yeah, Visage just forced it to roll dies. Never ever
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
When they can't see, they fire
Dire's top tower is under
I'm
attack.
standing here doing nothing. Sounds just doesn't have to be. And moment that Blackwell happens, we take
Mega
he's gonna
kill!
feed
Double
horribly.
kill!
The tower drops. Luckily, our Crobilus is taking me to the tower as well. But again, he's getting all his farm to
Dire's
still
top
have
tower
no
has
HP.
fallen.
He has a Yule, which is cute, and you can cancel Black Hole with that, but you can also just use your Silence to cancel Black Hole. Why the fuck would you buy a Yule Scepter? It's good against Sven, I guess, but only because Sven is building like an idiot and doesn't have a BKB right now. If Sven has a BKB, that item is useless. Like, what the fuck? It's okay against, it's good against Glimpse. That's the thing. But you know what else is good against Glimpse? A BKB. You know what else negates all of the damage from the entirety of the Dire team besides this hero that should have no gear to begin with? A BKB. The Sven is completely countered by Clockwork anyways. All the rest of the damage is countered by a BKB. So get a BKB. Get a goddamn BKB. Buy a BKB. Buy a mech on your Viper and a BKB on your Crobilus. Or a BKB on your Viper and a mech on your Crobilus. And then buy a BKB still on whoever's buying the mech. And then take every tower on the map and win the game. And then lane well and actually make sure the enemies have no farm. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's teammate matchmaking, I guess. But no one in this wants to actually set themselves up to win the game. At least Timbersaw is building a Bloodstone, but it's 18 minutes in, and he is not really close to it. Because he only has 24 last hits, and Mirana has straight crits. Oh my god. Oh, why did you ever do this against this lineup? Oh, again, Fire Clock looking in. On to the Mirana. Looks back out. By the way, Moonlight Shadow is traded out to any detection. Nope. 18 minutes in, how much you want detection sounds being used. Finally by Atlas. Look to get aggressive onto Master Raider. Good damage. Pops the Yules. You got one kill. But again, you got a kill on a Sven without a BKB. We can see the advantages of the crits on Mirana, which gets indicated on it's another kill. Getting mega slow by combination of things. Yeah, Visage is going to be going to mech, which... Okay. You guys had to pick up Viper. You guys had to draft a really bad lineup. Oh, man. Oh, the mediocrity is so painful. Oh, look at that combination play. Of course, somebody dies in the process. Anyways. You guys will pick up Sven. I'll fight a little worse than that. Like, that would be a burn if the Sven was actually this atrocious. Like, this is probably the worst that he could have taken, honestly. This is literally the worst hero they could have picked up as a kid.
Who spoiled that shot?
Arrow's gonna miss because there's a creep wave right in front of you. Finally, detection! Like, it's all this flaming, like, I just don't understand how you can be flaming this game when neither team has any idea what they're doing. Oh, Crit's being attempted by a Sven and has casual ward master.
Dial
Still refuses to
structures
pick up
are
BKB.
fortified.
Oh my god. And there's an urn on the disruptor! Can I throw my keyboard now? Oh my god. I'm not even, I hope it doesn't come across as flame, but like, this is just really weird decisions that make no sense. like both teams are doing it though. So, like,
Radiant's top
the
tower is
backlash
under
from it isn't being
attack.
seen in this game at all.
Radiant
Because
structures
both,
are
again, both teams are making these
fortified.
really, really bad choices. So then neither team's bad choices are actually making any sense. And for someone to save Clockwork, top fire for this, turn around and do some damage. Masturbator throws up his urn.
Take us.
Massage is AFK.
Players here.
Walks in, Black Hole does something as well, but Piranha just straight up dead. And Enigma didn't blink for some reason.
Killing spree.
I think Clockwork had his battery cell phone, so that fucked up. But he's gonna catch out another right here. That was just an atrociously bad team fight where everyone just like threw up slow apparently, and then Black Point saved Clockwork. When Clockwork is alive, your team is really shitty to your dire team. So killing him, good. He doesn't die. Stop fighting if you do this. Combo plays from the outset. Again, I don't think are necessary. It's times that help you win the game. So
Dire's
if I went
middle
back to
tower
Fawn,
is
that's
under
actually what's up.
attack.
Again, isn't in any of these fights, and he's kind of the person who Sven has the not items that let him actually hit people. But Black Hole is down now, and in 6.79,
Dire's middle
massively
tower
long
has
ultimate
fallen.
cooldowns are atrociously bad. So, yeah. And he built a mech. So he's not going to get a BKB forever, and Silencer's ulti has a shorter cooldown. So your Black Hole will should never actually do anything this entire game. Ever. Maxing out Grave Chill over Gravekeeper's Cloak is not good. Why do you need more slows when you have a Viper? Like, just become unkillable. You have a Shadow Blade actually pick up the Viper again. Why? Like, this doesn't make any sense. I don't know. This just feels like both these teams are just a bunch of pub players that came together and are still building items like they're in a pub, but then don't actually understand why pub items are so good. Yeah, Sven just is like, hey, blows up Probilus immediately. No HP items whatsoever. And is the easiest hero to kill if initiated upon. They figured out to initiate upon you guys. Shit, we should buy BKBs. Like, that's the difference between pub games and team games. That team games, the team actually like is on Skype together or like Humble or whatever or TeamSpeak and initiates on targets that are weak and they can kill them. So you can't do things like just build a Shadow Blade or Super never die. Build a Yule Scepter with no HP on your pushing game. This is a big team like
Killing
everyone dies. Real fast.
Triple kill.
Driver actually takes the first one. Awesome. Nobody focused that down. He has no HP and one closest to just fucking kill him. And again, someone has glimpsed back. That's twice in one fight. They still haven't figured out that glimpse is a really good ability and don't TP and stuff. Arrow's gonna miss. That walk is gonna rock at Mirana. He's only leveling up on Gravekeeper's Cloak. That is good. Not really likely. Where is his birds? Did you feed your birds?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Well, he'd have an Acceptor right now if he didn't get Shreds or a mech. That'd be pretty OP. And he'd have a Medallion. Medallion plus Acceptor equals Visage solo kills everyone. Meanwhile, Krobus just runs down mid, kills somebody. This Timbersaw has done nothing this game. Sven Pit, he's been in a lot of fucking kills, and he's died every time. Finally, 25 minutes into the game. Pause. Pause. 25 minutes in the game. Two people have figured out that magic immunity is really good against mass nuke lineups. Jesus Christ. Next game, they're going to play Luna and never build a BKB against, like... I get that there's the idea that, no items are set in stone and Dota. True. He's gonna heal himself, but again, it doesn't matter. He just takes a million damage and dies. If he had a BKB, he would just pop his ulti and kill him. Instead, Yule Scepter just lets you not die, whereas BKB lets you win the game. Or just build something that adds raw stats if you don't want a BKB. Like, again, I get the idea of there's no 100% item build on a hero in Dota, but there's some fucking 100% item builds against certain heroes as a hero in Dota, like Sven against a hero that completely destroys Sven in teamfights, and Sven is melee and has to run at you, and Cogs make you go, oh shit, I can't hit anyone. You probably need a BKB, or you just don't pick Sven against a Clockwork. And I have a movement that does being thrown out, just pops. Again, they're still getting caught up because the tower is being taken down, so space is effectively created. The Dire team, in desperate use of BKB, allows a top tower to die. They are not very good. Actually, glimpse back onto the Crotus. You should. Then Yule's himself. Again, he just took half his health and damage. Forced his health and damage to the Timber Saw, or a Giddy would make him take no damage. Yule's in the short cooldown, cool, great. Or the other team can be not shitty and initiate on you and kill you like they did right now. Warding coming down, thank God. Some good warding, but you still lost your 2-1 tower. So right now, tower advantage is in favor of the Dire team, or the Radiant team. They're only up 2 towers, and honestly, they should have won the game by now. Sven has items, and really should, but he's going for that BKB. Once he gets that, he'll actually do damage. Mirana went crits and back for Yasha, and has a stout shield. She actually bought a stout shield. That was the worst arrow I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, it probably just explodes. Because she has no health. What the fuck just happened? And Mirana has a stout shield.
Oh, thanks.
I'm gonna land. I think she still gets arrow. Firearm. Silence also being used. I don't know why you'd silence when you can't initiate. Pops the dust there, you can go. Awful spell. It's now with advantage again. Hogs are really good against Sven. Not full use. Yeah, Viper's gonna killed as well as the class. Try to escape. Has look at him. The stacks up. Still remarkably taking fire progress. Too bad that there aren't really any slows or stuns off cooldown. Use all their abilities. He misses the goo on the Nima. Nima just walks away. Saw just walks away. And chase down this disruptor who has glimpse and wall and just isn't using them, which makes no fucking sense. Just drop a wall. He just.
Hey, stop!
Okay. Like. Jesus Christ. Ace and Sven are gonna run into a Probulus. It's gonna be like, what do I do now? Pause. Pause. 8 times speed. Reconnection. Gee, no, sec. And the super bad matterness comes out from the Dire team. Because you gotta flame the shit out of each other in a game where no one's playing that well. His mouse is broken, hold on. Cool. It's funny, because your own team unpaused. Makes sense, makes sense. Viper 29 minutes in the game has an item. None of them really do anything or make him actually not focusable. Clockwork is now going for Ag Scepter.
Boom, there it goes.
Ag Scepter is also very good. Force Staff, I say, because he can then force onto someone in Cogs. Or even better, hooking Cogs to Sven and then force himself out, and the Sven is completely removed from a fight even when Sven has BKB. Clockwork completely negates Sven. I'm not kidding. Like Clockwork, every stage of the game beats Sven so hard that it is remarkable this guy has died over. So I can drop the spins onto Clockwork. Clockwork does all the damage because he was 50% of his strength. Sven is kind of wandering around. Shadowblade up from Viper. No gem on either team. Again, Rana picking up not really items, a lot of walks into this, pops the middle shadow incredibly late. But there's not a text on his back. He's caught really far out of position. And for some reason they all run back in. Disengage, re-engage, disengage. Oh, we're all at half HP, we're dead. Arrow's finally gonna land. Yeah. Okay. I don't know about picking a Moran up when you have this massive it's honestly good at spreading the map, so I guess it's okay. But like Moran and Sven have to be something together and we're kind of good. I just think the Dark is that between the black holes, you want to be spreading the map as much as possible and killing the shit out of the Death Prophet, who finally has a Hex, but still is so focusable if you have some kind of reliable initiation. They just like, the Dire team just like limps at the Radiant team, doesn't actually burst anyone down with their mid-game burst lineup, and then dies to this chasing lineup. I don't know, man. If you're gonna play as a team, what's the point of playing as a team? Have fun. Send back on our Visage, who actually was in a better location still then. Flashpoint's gonna get blown up right there. Out and just gonna prove the shit out of Crow between his eyes. Alice drops the silence before he dies. Big win coming out here for the Dire team. There you go. They actually initiated kind of correctly, but more accurately, the Radiant team just kept running. And all died.
My dishonor shall be
Someone's
avenged.
gonna buy back for some reason. I don't know why. Next on Allies here used very late again, made it just got cooldown. Piranha, he actually landed an arrow, go literally as land 0 arrows that do any effect.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Looks like Master, they're doing a lot of damage onto the Cobulus. He's gonna get blown up as many of the armor points.
Your hopes shan't be too
You're trapped.
Oh, everybody's dead. Everybody's dead. Everybody's dead. Everybody's dead. There was no protection. No one used protection. No one is ever protected. Our Enigma's very low. Pop it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Pop it. Do we have glimpse? Glimpse? Nope. Didn't max it out. 20-second cooldown. Totally irrelevant. Max out glimpse things.
Dire's top tower is under
Did it,
attack.
Lucid. We did it. I gotta get it fast. Double sauce coming out, but not the second one. Yeah, sounds like not really doing anything.
Tower is under attack.
And the
Dire's structures are
Follow's
fortified.
gonna run at him. Be like, I hope no one else comes in the game. Everyone is dead that has relevance. Rating team. Honestly, right now, the rating team shouldn't win because they didn't win early game enough. They took a lot of towers, even in kills, and they are consistent. Black Hole can be used by Rapid. Oh, there we go. Took himself down. By Art Sucker, making the Dark Materia bomb. Jackson. No one decided to take Roche ever at all this game, even though Roche is kind of good. Viper, if ever going for a Manta style to, I guess you can use for swap. Right
I reap the storm I've sown.
Fuck you, smiley face. Drift as he gets blown the fuck up. I think he could have actually, if he, was he silenced? He was silenced as fuck, but just like kill these trees and then like jump up there. It's not hard to escape. Lucid just leapt forward and he's gonna die. Sven finally has DKB, but refused to ever carry a TP scroll, so when he inevitably gets caught out, he's going to fucking
Dire's middle tower is under
Fucker's like,
attack.
I can just solo you? Just.
Rock it on.
Texting to use. And again, Sven just kind of stayed around and died for reasons. But he at least is hashtag space created. Oh, what the fuck? Hashtag space? Timbersaw picked up a 4-staff. That's cool. Against Clockwork. Thank God. Someone got one. Baiting people into rotating. Arrows magical. Arrows magical. Alice gets blown by the fuck up. Aura. Nice moves, bro. Why would you? That's just when you're hitting your keyboard being like, I need you to this. Hope they do.
Killing spree.
Saw an Alice back, and you're on a just TP. Or maybe buy a BKB so you don't die, or anyone get any armor. Oh my god, Sven should just have BKB. Assault rifles.
Your fire has fallen to the radiant.
Bird's not actually stunning, but we see the power of the triple birds as they just destroy the
One of the good ones.
Sucker is finally trying to go for a first staff, but has no but effectively using the map. So it gets caught out for seconds. Drops the stun on the pillars. What the fuck? Okay, option BKB is nothing. Two shining gold gods just are focusing down on the team. And in the meanwhile, Acrobius just walks away. Has a gem and an Aegis. You would think you'd want to kill her, but they choose to kill the support. Sven's still chasing. They're actually gonna catch her out if they act at all intelligently. Sven. Let's play the game. How long does it take Sven to realize he has to walk past the glass? He never noticed. DP is so gay, so OP since patch. No, she's not. She's better. She's still not a very good healer. As you can see by the 0 teams
Killing spree.
not very good, friends. This fucking killer.
Incoming.
Dominating.
She didn't even.
Double.
Wait, that gives that rapper. I was like, I made a terrible mistake. Why do I have no TP scroll?
Mega kill. Thrice be nice.
Timbersaw's kind of hanging out. Gonna chain away. Gonna run away. DP reported. Oh my god, they're so butthurt. What mediocre dude. Especially coming out from the Star team. Holy shit. Oh my god, face palms. The face palms. Oh my god, Disruptor's not a good pick. Neither is Sven. Really, neither is Viper. He still falls off so hard. Oh my god. Like, it's astonishing that this is happening right now. That people are complaining about Crobulus, who is honestly
Dire's structures are fortified.
The open heroes are ready swarming down some motherfuckers. Backhand, backhand, you dead. So head, continue to try to come off Arco. Stun, got hexed. He's kind of didn't follow. And for some reason, our disruptor is top.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Because that's the kind of Dota we're watching. Saving their base.
See.
Tower is under attack.
There it
He
goes.
doesn't even have it to do so.
They should be studied from all sides. Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
The OP heroes kicked out by the Dire team are going to be our moment.
Dyer's middle barracks are under attack.
All the other heroes are really shitty. Not really, really shitty. I love Disruptor, but he's so explosive.
Dyer's middle barracks have fallen.
Really aggressive. He's the name of the game.
Dyer's middle
This
barracks
is the kind
have
of Dota where
fallen.
nobody seems to understand they can actually fight when the game starts. Not when the minions have a Proteus muted. He buys really bad items. Honestly, just won the game because the other team has no idea how to deal with the Crobulus. Why would you pick a Sven?
Dyer's bottom tower is
You
under
wanted a
attack.
scrim with honest heroes, not new picks? Oh my god, you're terrible at this game. No guys, that's unfair! No, the unfair heroes are the ones removed. Not even unfair. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? There's literally a counter to every hero on the entirety of the Dire Radiant team, except for maybe Clockwork. I'm sorry, Clockwork is pretty OP. Oh my god. Oh my god. Your first problem was Murano mid. No, it was not. Timber is way harder than DP. No one gives a fuck about how quote-unquote hard. When you're a hard carry, can't farm worth shit. Like the actual player? Yeah, the player farmed like that. But hey, look, dude. You have 68 last hits as a safe lane Viper. What the fuck are you talking about? What? Oh my god, this game makes no fucking sense. That needs to be fixed. Yeah, no, Masturbator is just running.
Killing sprees.
Feeding.
Yeah.
Shots fired. I'm gonna. You guys can dip. I'm gonna next. So when you guys want to play like real Dota and not just QQ about picks, I'm gonna.
Dyer's tower
Going down. Nope, people still bitching.
Incoming! Allies!
Alright, someone died. Ultis were used. They tried to push down the facade again instead of killing off either of these here. Well, this guy finally has something to do. Still not really enough. And Crobulus finally got a item that's actually good. Hex is incredible, don't get me wrong, but let's continue this off. Blackhawk gonna finally land Abby. Party. This team is QQing in the base. PG being called, not really. We're gonna miss this, nobody there, bro. Yeah, the problem was you picked an Enigma in 0.79, and you picked a Sven in 0.79. But lucky for you, the Radiant team is defensively trialing way better heroes. Misplays by everyone. Yay. Yeah, Clockwork being Clockwork. Ended up 9 and 8. Probably got 5.
Shipwreck. 2 for 1.
Dyer's middle tower has fallen.
No one is refuting the fact that Death Prophet does all of the goddamn damage.
Mega kill.
She's a good 1v1, but especially in 0.7 constantly with other with actual like heroes who's the strongest metagame, still the issue is there's so much room. Corvus has never been hit competitively because she is so gankable and requires so much protection, and then honestly scales a linear amount. There is a cap to the amount of damage that Crobius can do. You know, clearly her damage comes from a spell, and all spells in Dota have a cap, pretty much. If you do nothing against her and then just dick around and play like it's a pub and you guys don't even know each other, which is honestly what both of these teams just did, the team with the easier to execute lineup is going to win, which is the Radiant teams. They just have a Viper who can solo kill people because he's a Viper, and went to solo killing build, which again is super exploitable, like incredibly exploitable against a good team. Because you just 5-man with a good lineup, or have good detection, or roam well as your supports and kill the Viper. Because the Viper's off the map all the time, he's not getting that effective farm. And if he's in lane and you kill him, what's the issue? And Crobulus is really weak against things like even just a Smoke Enigma. Like any +1, Crobulus should probably die and forces TP reactions from his own team. So I don't know about putting Mirana mid against a Crobulus, since Crobulus is a hero you want to shut down. But Mirana allows you, with a +1 especially, to get such easy kills on the Crobulus that I don't mind it. Just the Dire team did absolutely nothing in the game for the first 10 minutes. Which is fine, because the Radiant team did absolutely nothing in the game for the first 10 minutes. So I was like, oh shit, this AoE lineup is actually going to work out okay. And then everybody built really stupid items and played like complete jackasses. So either way, maybe send me the rest of the replays from this, Team Solstice Gaming, but that was really weak. Which I don't have an issue with that. I don't have an issue with teams like trying to be better, but like don't flame the living fuck out of another team. I know that like it wasn't really your guys' fault. The other team started that shit, but like that was like a mid-level pub right there. Either way. Okay. Hopefully you guys send me more replays, because I do like watching teams grow. And I think maybe you guys have the commitment to actually grow. But don't scrim against that team. That's really what I'm trying to say. I don't think you guys are weak. Let me take that back. I don't mean that. You guys are okay. But playing against that kind of team repeatedly, where they complain about quote-unquote OP heroes that honestly aren't even very good, you're playing against shitty players and you're not going to improve at all. Like, I know it was a published type atmosphere because you guys can just do that. Against that team, you can just dick around and take fights wherever, because the other team is just throwing out their ultimates wherever and not actually like taking fights in advantageous positions to gain an actual map control advantage, or to take Roche, or actually to like shut down a specific hero. They're just fighting for the sake of fighting. So you'll never improve at Dota if you're just playing against that kind of lineup over and over and over and over again. The fact that you lane poorly didn't matter in that game, but against a good lineup, they would have shit on you because of that. Either way, my name's RmZD. If you like my bullshit, feel free to subscribe to me at youtube.com/user/DotaRmZD. Yeah. I really hope the next game I see people buy items that make sense, because none of that made any sense. Either way, I'm going to get out of here and hopefully try to cast another game. Catch you guys in the next one. Stop streaming. Bye.